Alright, hello, this is Demon coming back for a brand new game, Resident Evil. This will be the HD Remastered edition that was released by, I think it was released several years ago by Capcom. This will be a continuation off of from what we were playing Resident Evil 0. When you guys are watching this, I'm pretty much recording this several, couple weeks probably in advance. Very minimum 1 week. So yeah, same thing is going to work pretty much like the last one. I have access to a strategy guide book. I'm going to be using it as much as I can to help me along with this game. Because I don't remember everything, and having a strategy guide book is very helpful. If anybody's curious which one I'm using, compared to the last one, we had access to the Brady Games one. This one is Prima Strategy Guide. They do a pretty good job with indicating all the different shit you're going to run into. However, I have tried to play this game a little bit ahead, just to get a little bit of the beginning bit remembered. And I found a couple issues. One being, I don't know if I'm gonna have the same issue as last time, where I tried to get the shotgun. If you've played this game and you know how the shotgun works for Jilly, does not work well. Had it to where I couldn't get access to it because it didn't follow what the strategy guide book had. So it made me very curious what I'm going to be dealing with. As a result, I lost access to the shotgun that I can usually get early, and I no longer had it. So it made it kind of difficult, and then I kind of quit to sit there and see if I could get it going again, but I decided, screw it, I'm just going to start recording now. So, yeah, if anybody's curious, I have turned HDR off in the background, and again, I'm going to have video settings set to resolution 1920 by 1080. I kept trying to switch the refresh rate, but it keeps going back to 60. I'm just going to roll with it. Otherwise, everything's set up on high. This one was a little bit easier switching the controls, if anybody wonders what my control scheme is going to be like, although I'm keeping the old tank controls. Just because these games run a bit better with it. As I said before, I'm going to try to keep it at 1080p if possible. There's no guarantee 1080p is going to work. Just because this is Resident Evil, and if you remember anything from Zero, I had to switch it from 1080 down to 720 just because of all the issues I was having with the game crashing. You can still get Error 09, that actually is still a thing for this. But it seems like this one's a little bit better coded or just more stable in general, so I haven't really seen any issues with it. The only issue I've ran into is I think that was it. I think I switched it from full screen to windowed, and that's when the error came up. Because something wasn't liking something. So I switched it that way. So that I haven't had any issues with recording where my files take forever to load up, so it means the game shouldn't crash. There's only like a couple things that I don't like with it being on computer. I hate the fact I had to hit escape to get out of everything compared to being able to right click like I was doing in Zero. Zero kind of has a better thing for that, I guess, because it just makes it more convenient. But let's go ahead and start this game up.
Evil.
Alright, so this is all the decisions you can have. I'm not going to the original 4:3 ratio because it looks like shit. We're keeping it 16:9. Again, same tank controls and subtitles are on. Same thing that I was noticing. I think I did keep the same difficulty. It's like going on a hike, good exercise, but not too strenuous. It made me wondering what kind of difficulty I'm actually playing on in this game because if you notice, it goes from easiest at the bottom to hard. And I couldn't seem to figure out, because I was looking at this as normal. But for some reason when I was going through my stuff on my end, I was getting like easy difficulty stuff. So I don't know if I'm playing this on easy or normal, but this is the one I was playing on, so I'm just gonna roll with it. As you can sit there and see, we actually have two characters we can play as. So there's two different things you can get in this. So you can play as both Chris and Jill. Jill Valentine being a little bit easier for you. I'd usually recommend playing as her first if you're not used to the game. If you want to play as Chris, that's another option of yours. Mainly just because if you play as Jill for the first time, you have a little bit better inventory management. You get 8 slots compared to 6. Now, if anybody remembers Resident Evil 0, Capcom had it set up to where if I have something like the shotgun, it takes up 2 item slots. Play this one, it takes up 1. So that's the big difference that makes it a little bit easier to play this compared to 0. The other one you might have had a 12, but if I have 8 item slots, 1 is filled up with a shotgun compared to 2, I have more room for 7 other items compared to 4. So it makes it a little bit easier inventory management wise. If you play as Chris though first, he only gets 6. So if you can go through this game as Chris, Jill will probably be a little bit easier because his is a little bit more difficult. So I'm gonna leave his for last. If you notice I was doing this, you can switch it. They did set it up for the HD Remaster, switch their outfits around, but I'm just gonna stick with what they originally had intended. Just because I don't know, they just seem better and it makes it more fun. So let's start as Jilly. Because that's who I was going to play first, and then I was going to switch over to goddamn Chris, because I like his a little bit more. And
Alpha team is flying around the forest zone, situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we are searching for the helicopter of our compatriots, Bravo team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission.
Haven't found it yet?
No, not yet, Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. The Bravo team was sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Look, Chris.
Bravo team's helicopter was a derelict.
Ah, they're fine.
Save for the remaining body of Kevin. We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare.
Spooky shit. Spooky, spooky. Okay. Look at that bandana. Bandana huge. No, my motherfucker's gonna die. Bang, bang, bang. Damn. That had it rolling. God for fucking Chris.
Come on!
Puppies! Give him a hug. Red, you fucker.
Brad! Where the hell's he going?
I would not have said that. I went, Red, you motherfucker. I would have went ham on a curse word, man.
Chris, this way.
Wesker, calm, neutral, and whoop an ass. That's my boy there, my friends.
Damn it! Make for that mansion!
Puppies! Enter the survival horror. Never.
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Barry, and myself. We don't know where Chris is.
What is this place?
Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure.
Nope.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no! You don't want to go back out there.
Why not? There's puppies.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
Alright. You two go. I'll secure this area.
Stay sharp.
How I love the dialogue in this one. I would love to like get the camera and just like be able to run around and do that while this is going on. Can you even do console commands? Probably not. Nope.
A dining room.
Wow. Set silverware. Alright, so, yeah, this is the beginning of the Resident Evil game. So, yeah, if you remember anything from Resident Evil 1, or Resident Evil, no, Jesus Christ, we were playing 0. One thing that we no longer really have, the one thing that makes that one a little bit of a more fun game, in my opinion, is the fact, oh shit, I set that save low. You know what, I'm just going to waste all these real quickly, because you know why? Because I can just save a million times, have access to this later, and yeah, I'm going to just do this randomly just to irritate people. I apologize if you don't like my save slot ability, because I'm just screwing with it right now. I didn't mean to pick these up, but well, I did, but I can't remember what I'm doing with this. Yeah, so if you remember from Resident Evil 0, we were on the plane, or that helicopter as Rebecca. The plane got hit by lightning, it crashes, and the helicopter's perfectly fine. But if you notice this one, when this one starts up, the helicopter is like broken glass everywhere, which is okay. It's kind of like, okay, so the zombies and the zombie dogs just went ham and just broke in. The thing they don't make mention of, and maybe it was even the freaking leeches, if you remember from that as well. Maybe even they did it. But the one thing it doesn't explain is how the hell is the helicopter in pieces? Why is there so much internal damage when the helicopter got hit by lightning? And it was perfectly fine when it landed because the guy was going to try to fix it. That's one issue I have with the story starting out. 2, Chris was right behind Jill. If Jill was the first one to open the door, where the hell could Chris have possibly gone within that time period? He was following the group. He wouldn't run off by himself because Chris isn't retarded. Yet, somehow that's what they work with. I don't know. But let's go ahead and walk forward.
I think you'd better take a look at this.
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Let's just hope it's not Chris's.
I'm assuming it's not, because he was right behind us, so he should be fine. But yeah, there's also a couple other things you can do in here. If we walk this way, you can sit there and see this. I'm not picking this up right now, because I know I don't need access to it. And as for inventory weapons, this is our weapons of choice, a Stars handgun and a knife. Now, one thing we can do is we can enter this doorway. And it should give us pretty much full access to this area from the map point of view. So, there are several doors and set of stairs, but all these are currently locked along with the ones down in the basement. So, the only logical conclusion is to take a left-hand turn. Now, the one thing I will say is kind of stupid for this level is, okay, see where I'm standing at? I'm standing right here. Now look, I can look to my right, and I can point my weapon. There's nobody here, right? But, if I walk forward 5 seconds, this is going on. Why I can see that from that corner, without any ramifications of shooting this son of a bitch, is beyond me. And run, run, run. Don't fight him, he's got a lot of power. And you only got 15 rounds in a fucking pistol.
Barry!
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
That is not a monster, it's a fucking zombie, Jill.
Let me take care of it.
Shoot him! Stab on his corpse, for Christ's sakes. Again, does this game need a remake? Yes, because this is very aged
I
for
found
how
Kenneth
gameplay works.
killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
See, because this is the same thing I said when I was playing it before. I was like, this is so stupid and corny. Like, Jill's a trained officer. She has a handgun. She ran in there. I could see her maybe run in there with the handgun, but she stood behind fucking Barry, and Barry's just taking it like a champ. And when we walk here, well, I pressed E on it, so that's what did it. And like he stands his ground and shoots it 3 times, and he resettles himself for a 3rd shot. It's like at the first shot, I'm like, okay, chest wound. 2nd shot, chest wound. Oh yeah, and our friend's gone. So he somehow figured out how a door fucking opens and got the hell out. Don't know how that works either. But as I was saying, that's just the thing I deal with in this. I do think it's kind of stupid. Jill's a trained officer, knows what the fuck she's doing, yet magically enough, Kimberly's able to just waltz on in, just strut, no weapon, in a panic, yells monster, doesn't yell fucking shoot him, yells monster. That's just my thing.
Wesker! Jill, help me look for him. But let's not leave this hall.
Good idea.
Yeah, because obviously he could have ran very far. Fucking Barry. Alright, so first place I recommend going is you are just going to hook around and go look at things and then head over here, run up and around, go behind this, hook upstairs, and take a mighty left hand turn, do a circle jerk, and nothing actually happens up here, so Wesker's nowhere to be found. This is just pretty much the fastest way I've seen it to get, just to continue on. And again, not a speedrun game.
Barry.
Any luck, Jill?
No, nothing. What's going on around here? I can't figure it out.
Same here.
Chris and now Wesker.
There's not much we can do. We can search for him separately. I'll investigate the dining room again.
Okay then, I'll try the door on the other side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could easily get lost. Let's start from the first floor.
Okay.
Oh! I almost forgot. It's a lockpick. You'd make better use of it.
Yay, we got
Thanks.
a special tool.
I may need it.
Listen. If something happens, let's meet up in this hall. Got it?
Okay.
Alright, and for the most part, my memory's pretty good where I have to go next. Because I was following the strategy guide book a little bit to get an idea, but I pretty much have most of this early bit memorized again. It's been a little while since I've played Resident Evil 1, but I do have a pretty good staunch memory of it. So let's continue on, run up here, run across the other side. Somebody might be saying, Demon, why don't you grab that thing? Because I don't need to. I'm just gonna waltz back here. Check to see if there's anything of the defensive sort. You learn about defensive weapons. Didn't really read it, didn't see a point to, but basically, compared to Resident Evil 0, this one's a little bit more favorable for single player, I think. And the fact that you get these weapons that you can use to basically force zombies to leave you alone. So, if you remember Resident Evil 2's remake, you don't get access to things like this. I wish, well, no, you don't get access to things like this. So this would have been a nice little extra tool if they brought them back, but they didn't. Basically what it does is if a zombie grabs you, or any other type of thing, and tries to go for a kill shot, you can use that to basically force them off of you. Now, if you look at our friend right here, currently chasing after Jill, who falls and takes a knee, and then that guy grows at least 3 more inches off of her. Now, I'm going to try my best. Did I just one-shot him? Kneel before Christ. Now, he is going to stand back up. I know that for me. Alright, epic game music has stopped, and I actually got to keep the dagger this time around. Neato. So, that's why I didn't move this. The goal really is to just run by him. I didn't run by him, I just got really lucky on that first shot to stun him. I think when I did this originally, I didn't stun him. I hit him several times, and then he finally just went down. So, try to push this a little bit more to the edge. Run up here, find this thing. Map of first floor mansion. So now we have access to the whole first floor. So instead of continuing on the way we were, I'm actually going to run back to the dining hall where Barry was at. Now when we do get to the point I want to get to, I'm definitely going to be switching weapons around and shit because it's going to frustrate me. Because I did get pretty far. Actually, where did I get? I think I got to the shotgun point, but then I accidentally did something wrong. And I think that's when I quit. Because it frustrated me because I couldn't get access to the shotgun anymore because I'd messed up the cutscenes. Or at least the gameplay feature-wise. Now, let's go ahead back where we came from and see what's inside this hallway. Now, you will notice that Jill can look to her right when I auto-aim. There's nobody over here, luckily, thank the Lord. We're going to go check Kenneth's corpse. He is holding a film. Look at that, we got a film from him. Now, again, this game runs the same way as Zero. If you right click with the mouse or left trigger with the controller, the auto aim feature is still usable, so use it as much as you freaking can, man, because it'll definitely help you in the long run. You can see where different enemies are coming from. You get access to a lot of stuff. Don't know what happened to our boy here. He did. If you're wondering about this stuff, I'm actually just going to leave these green herbs sitting where I found them. There's going to be a lot of health items I'm going to be picking up, and 2 green ones really aren't that useful. So let's continue on. Actually, I can't lie, we're about to find an extra 2, so that's really the reason why I'm not grabbing it. Head in this area. I'm going to leave pretty much all the health items in this region left alone, just so I don't have to worry about them. Now let's head up here and let's go grab this fucking key. I want out of here. This key is very useful. Comes in handy for the rest of the game. See? I got a key. I got the key. Oh yeah, and then our friend comes flying around the corner. So if you are in a panic and you're worried that you're going to die, just look. I'm just going to see that it's engraved. Just do this. Use the key. It sets it back in place. And that's it. So we know this is where the armor key is, so we'll have to come back here to gain access to it in the future. So really the only thing you have to be concerned about in this situation is try to cover that up so you don't have to worry about it. Just keep mental note that this is where the armor key is. You have to go find something that can stop that from happening. Now let's see what's going on here. Now you notice this one guy who's on the ground dead. I'm not going to play games with him right now. Let's down his fat ass. Do a quick reload of the handgun. He will get back up. 2, 3 hits. Fat man is down. Fat man is down. Now, if you notice one thing, any door that is red is currently locked, so I am not going to try to gain access to different doors I know I can't do anything with. Also, this is the only time where this game actually utilizes the mirror system of the game, which is you can use the mirrors to kind of see around the corner. So if there's an enemy you don't know about, this is the only real room where you can do it at. Poor man's emerald. How I feel that. And again, the only reason I think I'm playing this game in easy mode is because of this. So if I walk over here, there's no zombie, but there's supposed to be a zombie. And it really confuses me with why that's set up this way. So I don't know why the hell it's set up this way. Hi, find a zombie. Now leave the area via stealth where you automatically unlock itself. These doors firmly closed. So this is kind of where my memory was out at. So if you look at this, southeast door is that door that we currently are at. This is the southern door that we want access to. So we'll unlock it, bolts in. And here comes the issue. We have currently a friend who is undead. Now you can kind of use this camera angle to get a kind of a general idea about where he's running off to. And he's just as loud as annoying as you would think he is. So let's go ahead and take the dagger. And he's still waltzing this way. I'm just going to backtrack, because what I have to go do is there's a statue over on the far side that I need to go use. So let's just run across while I can. So this might take me 1 or 2 tries to get it to work right. So right in between this is where I want to go. Head this way. And minor cutscene that stops the zombie from moving. And then I continue backtracking the way I came. My auto ain't kicking in. Oh, so he's all the way down on that end. Is he still down there? Yep. I'm just gonna wait for him. I'll see where he's at next. Seems like he is moving this direction. Yep. Okay, I'm just gonna blitz across now. Now there's only the one zombie in here, so you don't have to really feel too threatened by him. Just waltz around them, you'll be perfectly fine and you'll survive. Let's see, next area we're going to go to is down these steps here. As soon as I figure out where the camera is and my character. We're going to run outside real quickly to go see some shit. Now again, this is what I can tell that I'm on easy maybe. I don't know, maybe there's an in-between area for this one. But if you look out here, there's nothing really going on. But there's supposed to be zombies sitting out here. At least that's what normal mode says. And I never find any out here, so I don't know what the hell's going on with the game at this stage. So we have access to those mighty shotgun rounds. And we're going to go ahead and add this to the indent. Kapuya. Now you might say, Demon, what the hell does this possibly open up? Well, it opens up a little crypt down here. We're going to go see what we can find. Creepy ass crypt. Now, I will say this much: if you do play this on the harder difficulties and there are zombies upstairs outside, the game does have it set up to where you can't really say it's an exploit, but the AI, Capcom had the limit to where their movements were. So if you run down the steps, they can't get down here unless they switched it. Like I said, there's some things in the game where I'm thinking I'm playing on normal and I'm not playing normal, so I don't even know what difficulty I'm on right now. And now you can read the book of courses. The four masks. A mask speaks no evil, smells no evil, sees no evil, and cannot speak, smell, or see. All four fall into place, evil will awaken. So that is giving us reference to the masks. Currently, I'm just going to run back up the stairs and try to get my way the hell out of here. Damn it. And I'm also going to go ahead and examine this by the way, as well. That way we know it is the sword key. Sword key will come definitely in handy later on. Now, are the textures perfect for this? No. There's some of the environmental graphics that I don't like. So I said I really wish they could do a another remake even for this game. This would be a nice, fun remake as well. Like upgrade the graphics a fair bit. That way the game's running well. Now you can unlock various macro, avoid zombies, back in the main hall, head to the first floor and through the double doors to the east. So, we are going to head back where we originally were at. Because if you remember, I originally walked into this area because I had to get access to a few things. Basically the map. Also, for the heads up warning, you guys did notice there was the one guy laying on the floor in that mirror room. Our boy is still back here down on the ground. Later on, there is a bit of an issue where those bastards start like running around after you. So if you're playing this, make sure to keep, whenever you come into this room, that stand always resets itself. So you never have to really deal with them coming in to attack you, so you're perfectly fine. And now we are in what is considered the dog hall. Now, if you might say, Demon, how do you know this? What do you mean a dog hall? There's no dogs here. That. The way we come in is the way you always come into this hallway. Never try to enter it any other way. If you try as the player to come in through this door and head back through this area, what ends up happening is you spawn a bunch of wild animals that come after your white ass. And they will fuck you. So don't go through this door. Or at least don't head south through this door. You always want to go east to north, because then they'll never spawn, because they're not designed to. I don't know why Capcom set it up that way. It's kind of neat. But it is a bitch, and it can screw you in the end. Now, this is the area where I got screwed at last time. So let's look. I got 3 inventory slots. Let's head out in this direction. Now, this time around, when I go into where the shotgun's at, I'm going to play it a little bit differently. And, oh yeah, there are puppies here, so be careful of the puppies. This is why you kind of go through this area once. If you do, you kind of get access to a few things. Now, I'm going to examine this so I can just know that it is a chemical agent, aka an herbicide. Now, there are these heal items here. I'm going to leave them be. I don't really need access to them at this point. Now, if you want to grab them and you have the inventory space, go ahead and do it. Because each time you walk into this area after the first time, those zombie dogs will go ham on you. One will spawn in, jump over the gate, the second one will follow if you go it a third time, so pretty much only go in that area again if it's a last resort. Also, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Look at it, I'm going to pull the plug out of the bathtub. The bathtub looks very dirty. Oh, that's our boy. Just dab on him. That's what I'd be doing. Oh yeah, dab didn't exist at this point, so you can't really dab. And Jill throws up for whatever reason. Again, I don't know why they have her set up in this way at all. Like, if you play Resident Evil 3, she's a bit of a badass. You play Resident Evil 5, she goes suicide jump. Again, still a bit of a badass. But in this one, she's like, they make her seem kind of like a pussy. I don't know why. Like, I don't know, it's just because, I don't know, maybe Capcom has a better reason why they did it. I don't know, it's just, it seems like it's kind of weird she went from, even Revelations 1, like, she was, like, she can take care of herself. Am I playing Revelations? No, I didn't. I played Revelations 1, I beat it, I thought it was kind of boring. I played Revelations 2, I thought it was okay. They're okay games, they're just not that good. I hate their episodic shit too, that just irritates me. And here's our good friend, aka the 12 gauge. If for the record, if you wonder why that went up, don't worry about it. However, I'm going to continue on with the mission. It involves me going through this door. And Jesus hates me. Look at the dust. I wonder where the dust comes from. Now, I'm going to do something different this time around. Last time, I checked south door, and it immediately let me in.
Oh God, what did I do now?
There we go, I got it.
Wesker! Barry! Help!
Jill! You in there?
Barry? Get me out of here! The door's jammed!
Stand back! Grab my hand!
Cutscene low entrance door. Oh no, that's a loading screen, that's right.
Barry.
That was a close one. A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
Really? Thanks. But Barry, didn't you say you were going back to the dining room to find other clues? I'm glad and all, but why are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check. Anyway, we should get back to searching for Wesker and Chris.
Thanks, Barry. I owe you one.
Don't mention it.
Alright, so what a great day. So we got out of the thing, and now we have the weapon of choice. The 12 gauge shotgun. Wonder weapon. I love it. So, I'm actually just going to stick with the pistol for a bit. The shotgun is a great weapon this time around. I think there's a fair bit more ammunition compared to Resident Evil Zero's. Because you're going to be using this gun throughout the game. Because I know Capcom doesn't want to screw you that badly. Yeah, the way I know that I screwed up is I ran too far ahead and came back this way, and it ended up screwing me. Now, there is your boy down here with his damn hands out. I'm just gonna go, I got your fucking shit gun. Kneel before Christ. Kneel before Christ. Kneel before... Holy shit, he's still going. Will you fucking die? Still not dead. Are you done? Good young man. Oh, a boy's coming down the stairs. Dab on a hater. Bitch. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Used a lot of fucking ammo up on those guys. It didn't take nearly as much as before. I went through these guys real quick. Like the first guy, probably within 4 or 5 shots he was down. Second guy, I think 3 or 4 shots. I think I got a headshot on him and he died instant. Alright, let's head in here though. Instructions, new information regarding beings. It means fucking zombies. And what this is referring to is basically, as the player, these guys can kind of reanimate, which kind of sucks. So your goal at this point is to get ready for all this shit to get taken place. So we're going to get rid of a lot of things here. Now it says, I think I didn't get to this point. Or I did, but I had to skip some shit. So the weapons you want, find 3 increments, first aid spray. Before you leave, place the chemical and survival knife box. Okay, so other things it's recommending is basically keep the handgun, the ammunition, keep the shotgun with its rounds, but do not, don't take the ammunition with you, because it's not very vital at this point. So one thing I am going to quickly do is we got access to some extra handgun magazines, and there's plenty of kerosene left in this little canteen right here, so I'm going to basically get some pretty good fuel out of this. Now you might say, Demon, what do you use this for? Well, as I was alluding to, there is a thing we have to go grab, aka the lighter, and when we get access to it, we can use this canteen to set some zombies on fire, because if you don't, they come back from the grave and they come in with claw hands and they whoop your ass. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we're getting ready for. So, however, I have gone on long enough, I think, for this round. I'm going to do one more episode after this. Just to pretty much get everything set up the way I want to. And then after that, I'm probably going to take a bit of a break, quit playing this game. However, I am going to try to be a little bit careful with me running around, because there is a chance I might skip ahead, might do something I'm not supposed to do, in which case I will have to reset. So I'm probably going to go ahead and save the game here. So yeah, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue on from where we left off and see if we can keep exploring the mansion and maybe die or not die or dab, and I don't know. We'll find out. See y'all then, guys. Thank you.